We've got a new wastewater system.
We need a new system because the old system is no longer fit for purpose. So the new one is going to do everything the old one did when it was first installed, but better. It is going to pump it over a slight hill and down into a stream on the other side of our site.
The first thing we had to do was to clear behind the swimming pool because it was overgrown with brambles and nettles and all sorts of stuff. So Neil started work. He started work clearing the ground in October. But then he found something and he got distracted. And he got me and Joshua distracted too.
Neil, a friend of mine here, is digging, has found something, and now all of us, me, Neil and Jandy, are trying to find out what this is.
So we've been clearing this area from over there, those trees, between those, up to the tennis court. And that's when Neil found this concrete slab.
If you would like to follow me, we have been finding lots and lots of tile and brick. So we don't know what these are, but they're some sort of hooks. My guess is some string or rope was tied there, and then something or someone lowered it down. I think there might be some sort of chamber.
Chamber, some treasure.
Now over here, there's a step, then a slope. And then over here, Neil has been working on a trench. Right, there's a huge pile of dirt over there. It's almost as tall as half of me.
Where did this pile come from?
It all came from there. We're trying to make a link between here and here. We have found a clump of brick.
A well?
Yes, a well.
What do you sometimes find at the bottom of wells?
Gold.
Treasure and goodies and money and exciting things like that.
Things have changed, as you can see. Neil, I'm afraid, has gone to Bromyard, a local town of ours.
We started digging here, and then we found this slab over here, and then Neil found more stuff over here. And now we're going all the way, following this line.
Now you can see there's a lot more of it than there was before. That lot and a couple of were taken from here.
So in the morning, this concrete bit was like this. And now Joshua's found it goes all the way over here. So we've been trying to clear it, we're nearly done.
Oh, well, I'm getting to work.
The grass, you can see all the things we've moved under the tree.
So yeah, several years ago we realised we needed a new water system and started to do the research into what that might be. When I joined the team, we knew roughly how much it would cost and the kind of broad strokes, and some ongoing fundraising had occurred that had got us roughly halfway there. Once we had all the money together, we then started properly engaging the contractor. So on the 7th of November, work finally started. James and his son James came. They first surveyed the land with Andy. They walked all the way from one side where the tank was going to go, all the way to the other side where the water would be let out into the stream. And then they got to work. The digger arrived
and they started digging.
If my caravan would like to turn round, you can see a digger.
Hello, Andy from Gaines here, very excited. We are starting work to refurbish the wastewater system. So, if you look behind you, you see a man driving a digger, and he's digging a hole to put the tank in. It's the first day, not much has happened yet.
So James and James started digging a hole in the car park. We watched for a bit, but it was getting cold and the work was slow and we had lots to do, so we went inside to get on with our day. And when we came back in the afternoon, there was a massive pile of dirt in the car park and next to it, a massive hole.
We've got a big hole, probably enough to fit 5 cars in, and I've just been told that's 60 tons of mud.
But the hole had to be bigger, so they kept digging. And then the second day, our first setback hit us. The digger broke down.
We have no urgent business, all the builders do. Their big digger is broken down.
So they got a person in to come and fix the digger. Meanwhile, Neil found a job to do, so he started clearing the gutters on the swimming pool.
I'm clearing this of mud and moss and gunge and lovely, lovely, lovely black thick. Oh, tasty.
And so the digger was fixed, they finished digging the hole, and now it was time to dig the trench where the pipe would go. So James did that for a few days. He went all the way across the field, down the slope, which was quite tricky getting down with the digger, and you can see at the very bottom there's the chamber where the water will be finally let out into the stream. Once the trench was dug, the pipe was laid, it was covered up, and now you're ready for the tank to arrive.
It was Monday morning. I had just dropped the children off at school and come back. We'd had a group in that weekend, so it was going to be a quieter day. I just sat down and I was having some coffee, or I was certainly thinking about having coffee, and then out of the window of my living room goes this enormous blue submarine, and I'm thinking, I think that's the new tank. As I put my boots on and went out the door, James was right behind him. So we went down, we stood, we watched as this enormous blue submarine was lifted off the back of the lorry with chains and straps, ready to go in the hole. One thing I do regret is that I didn't see it going into the hole, but we did come down a bit later and had a big delivery of cement. So, we have a big pile of concrete here. It is dry concrete, which means it's not wet.
There's no water in it, not a single drop.
If we put wet concrete in, all that's going to happen is the tank is going to float to the top like a massive boat. So James is going to bring the dig around and put a base of the dry concrete on the bottom. And they're going to lift the tank in, and then they're going to put the rest of the concrete in around the tank. And it'll be nice and almost ready to use.
So that's how it happened. The concrete was layered at the bottom, the tank was dropped in, the tank was secured by the remaining concrete and dirt, and then some nice gravel was laid over the top, nice and neat. But there was still a lot of dirt left, so they had a dumper truck delivered and they started shifting all that soil and dirt to the back of the swimming pool. And that's how we got a new wastewater system.
And we are just so thankful that it's done.
Thanks to all who have supported this project by giving, to James and Mark, the builders and the electricians, and all of you who have been following the progress, sharing and liking on social media. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.